just a little bit nervous. Whawhetai tele lava le monei awanoa. I o tautu I ina mai a te au. E whaasoa atu ni nei upu mo winga e le sufuanga o lo tamā. Whaamali atu o lo tautale le nganga berita nei au. This is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. For this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. First and foremost, I'd like to give thanks to our Heavenly Father for bringing us here together to give thanks for the life of my dad, whom we have so many great memories that he has shared with both good and the bad. Before I carry on, I'd like to thank our two families for everything they have done for us, the support, the alofas, and the strength as we mourn Dad as one. Family members who have flown from Samoa, Australia, and even China. The cleaning, the cooking, and the preparing of the house before heavenly angels lead Dad home. Our family members who are watching live on stream, Ofu, Uncle Tau, Lau T, Lau Benei and family, Uncle Sunny Chang Mau, Marcus, Jenna, Ala, Susana, Auntie Talia, Tiffy, Bucky and family, Ruby, Danielle, Christy and family, Mona, Natalie and family, James, Liz, family, Sia and Dave, again, forgive me if I have missed your name. Thank you for your support and your love. A special thank you to Uncle Fui and Auntie Winnie. And little sis, Fowa, Sam, Rodney, Dr. Rani, Sunny Lemalu, Auntie Tupe, Auntie Pamata, Uncle Sunia, Puiai, Vinnie Papali'i, Jason, Sam, Betty, Pearl, Des, Kathy, Lena and Letty, Leanne, and that person that's going to send me the invoice, they painted the house, Eddie Leo. Forgive me if I have missed your name. Oh, sorry, and Uncle Vinny for the Chinese herbal medicines. Thank you. Your love and generosity is greatly appreciated. The Sel family for helping Joe and I and the kids during the admission of Dad in hospital. Mele, Loma, Api, Losa, Julie, Nana Rose, for the food that they've cooked for Dad while he was in bed, and the food that they provided in his last days here at home. Being our runners in the background, taking Ezra and Aliyah back and forth from hospital and school. Thank you, aunts, Jerry and family, for your support and the visiting and shopping while we're going through this time. Whawhetai te lelo. In the beginning. Now this is funny, I left this printout near our dressing table, and the laws gone out and grossied everything in there. But Joe, I'm gonna read it out. As many of you have joined us during our family service, the love story of Mum and Dad. It's very similar to mine, Joe and I. At the time I was playing sports, rugby, touch, volleyball, golf, tennis, and CECE, and then swimming. At the time I was going to the Mangere pools, walking, getting ready to do my 100-meter butterflies. I hear a sound. Oh. I thought, that's normal. He mā ngai mo in no muscles. I was like, oh, here we go. Or, ni hao, yang zhong zhong yang zhong zhong. Far better that you guys I couldn't speak French. Then I hear someone say, I like your legs. I thought, this is different. Typically I get the, you're hot, you're cutie, you're handsome. Of course, look at me. So anyways, long story short, I have a few engagements of words with my now ko'olua. And now I follow my ko'olua. Attributes and values. Love of the Lord, alofa for the family, alofa for friends, generous, kind, love of all types of music, a great singing voice, a can-do attitude, jack of all trades, strong work ethics, gout or lemumu, peaceful, likes to learn, and honest. Yes, those are the attributes and values of me. As I said earlier, Dad and I are very similar. But he has stronger values that I need to instill. Love for this church. He was very vocal and passionate regarding this land and its properties. Courageous, stubborn, a teacher. He likes to oke or growl and quietly giggle and then tell mum. A leader. He took charge of everything we did, including running my life and my family. That's why I solid, so I could be a leader for my family. But I'm in an awkward position. My ko'olua is in charge of my life. And she okengies me and tells Losa, and they have a good giggle to themselves. Like the saying goes, happy wife, happy life. My early memories with Dad. He would read to me out aloud in bed. When he finished, he would go to his makeshift office and I would hear him read out aloud again. He was either reading non-fiction books or from the Molimau that I've heard on Thursday, he's probably writing the letter to Mum again. He had a full-on life, a taxi driver, a Sunday school teacher, a rugby coach and a player for Ponsonby, Auckland and Samoa. Ponsonby Rugby Club appointed Dad to create a team in the south side, still to play under the umbrella of the Ponsonby Rugby Club. There is a photo of Dad in this rugby team at Te Papa in the museum in Wellington. Otara PIC church meetings. Architectural draftsman, a builder for Kitei homes at the time. We would drive up and down the country to visit family in Wellington and Dunedin in our flash green Ford Cortina. He started the Bongisi tickets, the first prize, our flash green Ford Cortina. And then money for the second, third, fourth, fifth place. We would revert back to driving Mum's two-door Anglia, squeezing 3 bully men at the back of the seat before we go to his rugby game. Buying a new flash golden 4-door Cortina, this time squeezing 4 burly men for the rugby games. A diver. Dad trained to be a diver over the shore. He had the full-on equipment, the tank, the weights, the flippers, the snorkel, and he only ended up diving for kuikuis. He would bring out big kuikuis. We would get big sacks. Auntie Saeni, Grandma, and Mum, they'll be like seagulls waiting for the food. Dad would throw it up on the rocks. They would have a feast to themselves. Dad would go back down, come back up, and the sack was already finished. Of course, the building of the churches, and his first church was the Papakura Efagasa Church. His life was full on. He would never rest. He always had for hours for himself to do, and for me, and for everyone else. He was starting to build the foundation of our lives and lives of other family members, as well as the future of his grandchildren. Forgive me in advance. This story may bring bad memories during the 80s at Otara PIC. But there is nothing but peace and love. As they say, it's like water under the bridge. During this time, at this particular time at Otara PIC, when Dad was about 30 years old, at a particular meeting, things started to get a little bit heated. Exchange of words, and so on. And he was right in the middle of it. He stood with the To'inas, Mr. Stowers, Mr. Papali'i, Whale To'ongo, and the other members of this church. Dad was nudged forward, but he was trying to brace himself back. He told me that was his scariest time. From that day on, he had a calling to retire from his rugby career and training, and pursue and build a new congregation church, the Manukau PIPC Church. We are one of the small groups of families, founding members of this church. I recall Uncle Ete Liu convincing other members of the Manukau PIC Church to purchase this land. They knew that there was value into this after a couple of years. Although they couldn't afford it, they knew that there was opportunities that they couldn't resist or refuse. Where there is will, there is a way. Builder. We all know Dad built and renovated a couple of churches, preschools, buildings here in New Zealand and in Samoa. All of these projects, he would share his gifts to our family, to this church, and our extended families in Samoa. The last church he built was the mother church at Whaleula, the Samoan Methodist Church. Although Dad didn't get as much as we thought he would get for 3 years of construction, he still gave back to the church monetary gifts and so on. He gifted almost 90% of the clothes, blankets, towels, lovers, and whatnot, back to the workers who helped build the whalesa. The other 10% was then distributed amongst our families and the village in Samoa. The apprentice. Dad trained so many people in the construction field, from the small fences to the hotels. Ages vary from young, like Mata'u Matautia, Awala Lemalu, Aso Ekapati, Avia Maya, and the old men like Barata. He liked to ukingia and laugh at them sometimes. Dad brought Avia to our house to do a bit of renovation work. and awia like to keo before doing any ngaluenga. Dad would oka near him and said, "I loa de enkia, e lei fia se ka muka e lei pupu umle ofu, o palase ofu." They would all laugh. I knew Dad enjoyed having me with him at any job that he was building. He and I were, like I said, very similar. I knew what he was trying to achieve. I had the tools and the materials he would want before he even asked for them. The reason being is because my school holidays, when I was in primary school to when I was at Unitec, I was with Dad on the construction site. I learnt a lot from Dad, but I really wanted to go far with my cousins during the school holidays. Hence, that's why I'm still involved in the building industry. Last year's, 2023, Dad wasn't feeling very well, started to feel very tired quite fast. The GP admitted us to the hospital to check his heart. Dad was diagnosed, and Dad's doctors at the hospital told him, "You actually had a heart attack," even though he didn't feel any pain or have those symptoms. The day we were at the hospital, he had a little moi. When he woke up, he says, "O whiangi hotel. O le intercontinental hotel li'i." Look of confusion on he and my face. I said, "Well, it's a hotel, three curtains going to like this." He would rub his maka and he'd scratch his head and goes, "Oi sa o lok fatu." He was also diagnosed with dementia after a few weeks at the hospital. He was also whaasad to Afrika Valley. But that didn't stop him. He still took the key and drove, even though Mum was trying to hold him back. December, just past 2024. Although Dad's heart was pretty bad and he still insisted with he and Uncle Sonia to renovate our rental property. So fia poko, he would remove the old fence palings and replace some of the poles. Mum called me up at work. I quickly rushed to the house to stop what they were doing. When I went to the rental, I find the bowls be all like this. I said to Dad, "What's wrong with the level?" He goes, "We don't need the level. It's only a rental." Trying to stop Dad was so hard. He wanted to finish it. In his mind, it was his ve'au to finish it off. He was the only one that could do it. The last dance, the last hug. He wanted Mum to help him stand up at the hospital. We thought he wanted to go to the bathroom. No, he placed his weight on top of Mum, gave her a hug, and I said, "What are you doing, Dad?" He goes, "Yeah, can I not shiva and give Mum a hug?" Then not long he would sit down. The last song. E lo tamā e ua whaawhetai, ua sililo alofa mai. So Ta whamanu wai nei. This was his last song, just a couple of days before he had passed away. Thank you to Ruth, Vinny, and family for bringing your family to sing hymns to him while he was in bed. Dad has laid the foundation for all of us to carry on the work of the Lord. Love Christ, love this church, love the family, be brave and lead. Lead the path with Christ in your heart and family. The verse on the banner reflects the message that is at home. Joshua 24:15. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. A declaration of faith and commitment to serve the Lord, our God, in every aspect of life, especially in our home. Yes, Joe and I and the kids, we will be moving back home with Mum. It was in the plans with Dad while he was still alive. 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Mum, Joe, Ezra and Aaliyah, we shall have faith in our Lord. The Lord will give us strength and comfort as we see our Papa go. Till we meet again. Give thanks and rejoice in him, for this is the day the Lord has made. Dad, rest now. We will look after Mum. We will finish the whe'aus. Promise we won't forget our family in the whanga, especially Auntie Tupe. We will miss you, love you heaps. Manuia no malanga. Whaafetai.